But the two names he had, Crochet, Skubal. Is Skubal actually available? Like, I debate that one, but fine. Let's say those guys are available.
Well, I don't know who's available because if anybody's is Mason Miller available? Is there legit? Why are we not talking about him?
I read the other day there's a chance he could move into the rotation in the future, so that's a guy you should be looking at. 103 miles an hour, that's fun.
And the personality, the swagger. Like, you want to go back to one of those Josh Beckett type or Jonathan Papelbon.
What would he do on this team?
Throw gas.
Okay, so my answer would be close. He should close.
He would have. Now, that goes sometimes awry. Are we trading Kenley Jansen?
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, I don't want to trade Kenley Jansen off the team.
So we're moving him to setup?
Well, would he be okay with that?
That often goes badly.
Or can you give up a whole lot, and would Mason Miller be okay being like an elite, 7th, 8th inning guy setting up for Jansen, but that seems out of whack? Like, I wondered the fit. He's better than Jansen.
I just look at him and say, that's available, awesome. Go get it.
Yeah,
and then when it gets here, I'll figure out exactly how to use it.
So let's stick with his name.
Because Alex Cora is good at that, right?
He should
utilizing pitchers.
He should be
in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Okay. So give him a guy that throws 103.
And he'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I agree. So let's use that name instead of the two he suggested. Crochet, Skubal, Mason Miller.
Yeah.
Players with term are going to cost you a lot, okay, in terms of your prospect capital. I'm not asking you, do you think the Red Sox will? Should the Red Sox make their top prospects available? Meyer, Teal, Roman Anthony, those guys?
I would say no.
Oh, so you don't want Mason Miller.
I want Mason Miller.
You're not going to get him.
Yeah, I know. I'm a talk radio caller. I want the good player without giving up too much. And this is where I just look at, this is where the cynical Andy comes in, and I still don't really believe in this team, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that is very cynical.
Well, have you watched Houck pitch recently?
He was bad in the All-Star game. His last start before the All-Star game was really
mediocre.
Good. That was really good.
No, and
was it not?
Bayo.
Am I misremembering?
No.
Bayo stinks.
No, they had a stretch of games where they were winning because they were scoring. That Bayo, the Red Sox scored 11 runs. Bayo gave up 5 and was pulled and was like throwing his glove in the dugout.
I'm with you on Bayo.
Okay.
Houck's last start before the All-Star game was good.
What about the one before that then?
Well, no, it wasn't great.
Because I feel like he's been shaky. Didn't he give up 3 home runs in one of those? He's only given up like 6 all year, and he gave up. Can I look at that?
Yeah,
you have the numbers on it.
It was also the Padres, one of the best offensive teams.
You can look at whatever you want.
Oh, so when you play a good team, you give up runs. That's fine. We just ignore it and pretend we're really good. No, I thought that's where you wanted to go. You wanted to be a good team, and that's your ace. That's Houkamania.
He's had like 2 bad starts.
Of when?
So San Diego and New York were bad starts. Then he shut down Oakland.
Ooh, shut down Oakland. All they do is swing and miss. I could get 10 Ks against them.
He beat the Phillies. Do they count?
So does he have 2 bad starts in the last 4?
2 in the last 3.
Oh, 2 in the last 3. That's good.
Okay, but his last one was 6 shutout innings.
And then the All-Star game. So he's trending in the wrong direction.
That one doesn't count.
It actually does in my mind. I know not in the standings, but I saw it. I can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Okay, so
do you think House?
So what's your point about the Red Sox? You think they stink?
Your ace is trending in the wrong direction.
He's had a couple of bad starts. On balance,
recently
he was after Skubal and Corbin Burns, the American League felt he was the 3rd best pitcher they had. But whatever, fine.
They regretted it.
You don't like him, and you think they stink, and so the Red Sox are in trouble. So you're not going to invest? Is that what you're telling me?
That's Adam Jones like.
Well, I'm just playing out the logic.
We had this discussion when I was on 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and they've been red hot ever since. Yeah.
Yes, but I said I still have problems just extrapolating off first half for guys that I don't know really what they are. These are not proven commodities.
Sure.
And we talked about, like, Jarren Duran. Is he going to stay hot? Well, it certainly looks like it. He carried it into the All-Star game, and some of his might purely, honestly, be mental, that he has figured it out. He's coloring. I know Christian Fourier loves that he does coloring.
I heard you guys talking about that the other day, yeah.
But are you comfortable with this pitching staff?
No, they need to add to the pitching staff.
Because Houck was supposed to be the best pitcher, correct?
For the Red Sox. Supposed to be the best.
Like,
Yes.
So, like, people had settled into, we wanted it to be Bayo, but he stinks.
Yeah, so you're saying they should aim higher than back end of the rotation. They should aim to the front of the rotation.
I think you have to, and I don't know that you're going to do that. So, therefore, giving up, like, if you just say Mason Miller's a closer, and you have to give up Teal to get Mason Miller.
Let's say it. You won't do that.
No, because I don't think I'm good enough. Yeah, okay, I get a great closer now, but my starting rotation is falling to pieces.
So just wait till next year or the year after that when Kyle Teal's a big leaguer? Just wait? Well,
and Teal seems like he's a fast tracker. I know he's a little older guy, but he seems like he's a fast tracker. If you start trading those guys, I don't know who you are again. I don't have to like it, but haven't we accepted that the future of this franchise is Mayer and Anthony and Teal? Like, that's what they're doing. Now, they may have a blip of winning here, and now maybe that changes Breslow, and he is going to give you a little more to have your little fun in whatever Alex Cora is going to do.
Yep.
But if you start trading your top couple prospects, you've blown up your plan.
Maybe.
And now I don't know what your plan is. If you tell me I'm willing to do that, and we're going back to the spending and trading socks, okay. Are you going to sign Soto in the offseason?
I would love for them to do something like that.
Because I feel like you have to have that in mind. If
I know what you're saying. If you're
blowing
up
up the system,
then we're adding to the big league roster now. And we're going to go spend in free. I would love for them to do that.
Okay, I'm fine with that. But you've changed everything.
Sure, but they should. Then they've done that a million times under John Henry. They will.
Correct.
They will pivot and change their mind.
But can they do that under Breslow? Did you bring Breslow in to do that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they pivoted.
Rich Keefe tells me he's Heimblum with a curveball.
They pivoted with other GMs before. Like, I don't really know that was Ben Cherington's style, and they went out and signed a bunch of free agents when Cherington was here. I don't really think that was his MO.
Those two things have to come in conjunction. If you're blowing up the system because you're better than you expected and you want to go for it, you're going to have to spend next off because now you're giving up the future.
So here's my thing. I'm okay with them trading any of those guys. You can trade Meyer. You can trade Teal. You can trade Anthony. Anthony would be the guy out of the three I would trade.
Yep.
You can trade any of those guys. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to kick and scream depending on the return. If you're getting a legit Mason Miller, Crochet, Skubal, I'm not going to cry about any of those guys. I promise. But that's not my demand. My demand at the trade deadline is you trade somebody in your top 10. And, I don't know who that is. Is it Dick Fitz? Is it Nick York? Is it guys like that? Those kind of prospects who maybe are somewhat blocked or maybe just aren't a prospect you fully believe in.
Sure.
Somebody in your top 10, the back half of your top 10, that's my demand at the trade deadline. I'm not demanding you trade Marcelo Meyer. He's a top prospect in baseball. That's probably a difficult call. My demand is you got to trade someone in the top 10, and I think they will.
And I think they will, too, because I think that's honestly all they have to do because we have been so beaten down with low expectations. If they make a move, like I heard you earlier say, Justin Turner and Nathan Eovaldi. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even need Eovaldi, but that would be I think that'd be an awesome trade.
I don't know
deadline.
about awesome.
That'd be great.
Justin Turner.
Eovaldi?
Eovaldi's fine.
That's exactly what you want. That'd be a guy at the front of the rotation.
Yes, that's a top of the rotation.
That's what you were just
starter.
asking for. You wouldn't be happy with that?
I absolutely. Well, it's not Mason Miller. If I get Mason Miller, I'm like, oh my God, we have a stud for the next 10 years who throws 103. He'll miss a couple when he has Tommy John.
I was going to say, yeah.
But that's how low we are. Like, you're getting excited about Justin Turner. That didn't used to be what we did around.
No,
this
look,
time.
the bar has been lowered a little bit, but
Isn't Justin Turner having a terrible year.
He's hitting lefties, but his overall year is bad. Yeah, he's hitting like 290 against lefties with like an 8-something OPS. He would actually fit very well on the team, but overall his numbers are bad.